arrived at Annesley Hall, I have to say it's absolutely enormous, and I'm amazed that somewhere like this could actually turn into such a derelict mess. The rooms are huge, it's very impressive.
This morning we got lost trying to find the place, which was, we passed it 3 times, we finally got here. And when we did get here, what a fantastic place it is. It's very big and with lots of grounds and lots of different stories here. It's going to be very, very cold. There are lots of windows with holes in, so I can tell if it's going to be windy tonight, we're going to be really, really cold in there.
First impression, very good. I've never ever come across a location as good as this for well, picturesque view. What's the word I'm looking for? You've only got to look at the outside of the building to actually see how scary this place is. I mean, all the windows are smashed. The actual structure of the building is sound. You go inside, it's all derelict. Kids broke in years ago, made a fire, ruined the place. So basically, there's nothing happening at the moment.
The place looks really spooky, really creepy. It's going to get really cold later because it's a derelict building and there are no windows and no doors. And it should be a really good night. It's going to be absolutely terrifying later on. Even the toilet is in the middle of nowhere. So it should be good.
We just arrived at Annesley Hall. It looks very interesting. It's very, very cold. I've never been this far north at this time of year before, he says. I'm looking forward to it. It looks very interesting, and there's not many rooms with a whole window, so that means it's going to be scary.
From what I've seen of it, it's a very spooky place. It's not the kind of place I want to be by myself later on at night. I will feel scared in a place like this.
I'm excited about being here because there are some groups that have investigated this place. They've come up with photographic anomalies and EVP. I'm not so sure about the EVP because a lot of it's taken outside, there's a lot of noises. Photographic anomalies, great. I've already taken loads of photos and we'll see what happens. The other thing is tonight, investigating, it's going to be freezing. Absolutely freezing. I'm looking forward to it.
The stories are brilliant here, they really are. There's lots of ghost stories. We've got a churchyard next door with the graves in it, and there's just about every kind of ghost. There's kids, there's noises, there's smells, there's we've got tricorn hats, we've got Victorian ladies, we've got white ladies, we've got a young girl who killed herself who was seen. So yeah, we're really interested to get going on it. I can't wait for one, so yeah, let's see what happens later.
I arrived very early this morning. I arrived here at 8:30 before anybody else came. And although I don't live far away, I've never seen the place before, and I'm gobsmacked. It is so good. I think there's at least 8 ghosts here in this place. And I just can't get over it because it's derelict, it's caught fire, and it's got all the right ingredients for a place that is going to be very, well, it is haunted, and I've got great expectations for tonight.
Right, well, we've been here quite a few hours now, about 4 or 5 hours. We've done all the vet species to camera. David Wells and Kieran were in the hall just to see what David can pick up on. It's a very scary place. Everyone at some point today has just thought, not as too much, but tonight is going to be quite scary. I think once the lights go off, it will be.
The feel to it at the moment is absolutely freezing cold, and you just know that we're all going to be really frightened. It actually reminds me of Craigienos in Wales, and I think there's going to be quite a few of us all huddled together. I know I'm going to be huddled with somebody going, woo! It's really scary already.
I've just been for a walk around with Kieran. It's a fantastic building. It's very derelict, to say the least, which is actually quite a bonus, because there's no things that can interfere with your conscious mind. So you're not seeing something thinking, oh, what does that mean? You know what I mean? And that's absolutely perfect for mediumship, because there are no prompts that people can point the finger and say, oh, well, that's easy to say because.
The first thing I sense in this room is actually a child. It's 2 children, 2 boys. Right. The children are, they can't be 5, 6. They can't be any older than that, I wouldn't have said, 5 or 6. These are not poor children, these are wealthy children, some of them wealthy children. And they're wearing velvet, but they're still carrying, they're terrified. In fact, one of them's actually wet himself.
As far as atmosphere goes, it was very, I think, fraught would be the right way of putting it. It's a very dangerous place, I think, as far as spiritual activity goes, and I won't be surprised if there's a lot of noise from these particular spirits, and people actually hearing things, and a lot of action tonight when we go into things.
Right, we've just finished our little walk around and our night vision walk around, which have been they've been fine. There's nothing extraordinary has been found out yet.
Yeah, it was, to be honest with you, everything was fine while it was lit. Didn't really have a problem. Light bulbs on, not a lot of atmosphere. And then all of a sudden, guess what? They put the lights out and the atmosphere completely changes. And needless to say, as soon as the lights went out, I was frightened.
Derek came up with a lot of names. We need to check up on William, Elizabeth, Isabel.
There's a number of group souls here. Other times are. There's also, sorry for giving it as it's coming, but you know, I'm also getting Elizabeth as well. Elizabeth. In visitation here.
The interesting thing about the name is Elizabeth was that David Wells earlier on, when I had a walk around, just David and myself, he came up with the name Elizabeth as well. So that's the sort of, I guess, concurrent, information that you want from 2 mediums independent of each other to come up with the same name.
And I think her husband stabbed her. Her husband killed her, and he didn't stab her, he really stabbed her. And I can't imagine why. I can't get her name. It's such a gory death that the name that's coming is Elizabeth, Eliza, Lizzie, that shortened version of Elizabeth.
Right.
For some reason, she's put into my head also the timing. It's Halloween, it's around October time. But she showed me also a full moon, which is a symbol for madness.
The guys have come back from the night vision walk around, and even Derek was scared apparently. So, and if you see the building behind us, it's in front of us now, it's actually quite ominous. I did Derek's makeup earlier this evening, and you could see that he was very distracted, and I think he said to me that there's something going to happen here tonight. Definitely something's going to happen. I think it's going to be fun actually. I think I'm not actually that scared. You're getting a bit
I do feel spooked. When we were coming through the gate that leads up to the hall, I got out the car to shut the gate, and I really did feel as if someone was actually stood next to me as I was doing it.
Yeah.
Which it just really freaked me out actually.
Yeah.
I'm getting this horrible feeling, this similar feeling to what I got in Craigienos. I don't want to be at the back. There's something at the back of me, and I don't like it.
I think we were all a little bit apprehensive. The funny thing was when we first turned out all of the lights, everybody made this, oh my God, kind of thing. And it is scary, it's very scary here indeed.
Oh, me and Alex decided that we'd go off and do the cottages and the slaughterhouse and the belfry. And the moment we actually got in there, we could tell that we weren't alone. We went upstairs to see if we could find the spirit, and we went to the bell tower, and we asked if she'd stop the clock.
Actually, you saw the engine, you went to...
That's right. And it was, okay, now start it again. Right, and he's like, please, we'll start it again in a minute. Fucking hell. Elizabeth. Stop.
We've just done a séance up in the room where I felt that Elizabeth had been murdered above, which is really interesting because, well, I think she came through and she tapped on the table. It was gentle, very gentle tap, 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 but clearly coming from the middle of the table and the vibrations coming out.
I didn't hear the tapping on the table or the noise upstairs, but I did feel the temperature changing. Cold ankles, warm top half of my body, so that certainly freaks me out a bit. And I'm not sure, but when Elizabeth first left the table, I felt something brush past me.
Wow.
Now, I might be imagining it, so I'm a little bit freaked out.
I actually started to feel faint before David actually said that Elizabeth was trying to enter his body and actually trying to communicate through him. And I was actually stood next to David and I could feel I actually felt as if there was somebody stood there, and I felt that I was going to be sick. I do wonder though whether that was because I was standing up and not sitting down. I'm not sure if that has anything to be accountable for. I actually personally don't feel that was anything to do with it.
All of a sudden I felt a rush of cold air that was by my hands and around my feet. It was a sudden change of coldness. Now I know earlier today we mentioned that if anything has to be felt, but even though the house was very cold, it would have to be quite dramatic, and this was dramatic. It really was dramatic. It was quite outstanding. The table didn't really move. Derek did become possessed.
Are you too much of a coward, William?
And why are you here? William? William?
Get back, you lady! Elizabeth.
Derek, come forward. I think we picked up on quite a lot. There was quite a lot happening. It's really difficult at this stage to actually know what we've picked up on because it was kind of quiet. There's a lot of knocks on the table, which was great because everyone said they seemed to be coming from the middle of the table.
To me, the most fascinating thing was taps under the table. You couldn't hear them, but you could feel something pounding under the table. And that was really quite extraordinary. I thought that was fascinating. I was just waiting for something to really shift the table. But it's only early and already we've had something, so I'm really excited about later.
Right, I've just come back from a vigil. I went on my own in the cellar for sort of half an hour or so. The cellar itself is a scary place. It's very claustrophobic because it's all closed in. It's the only place in the building that's got no windows. It's very dark. Now, there are two piles of bricks in there. Now, those bricks were moving. They were scraping, and I have to have that on the camera. I could hear it in my ears, so the mic should have picked it up. Is anyone down here? What the hell was that? There were scraping sounds which have been heard before in there, and also footsteps. There were definite footsteps down there. If you are here and you're the poltergeist that's been witnessed down here, or you're one of the entities that have been seen down here. Shit! That was a step, that was definitely a step. Where the... I hope I'm picking this up on sound. It's like someone's trying to get out. It seemed there was a lot happening. At one point, I'm sure something was thrown at me down there. So there was a lot happening. Right, well, we've just done a vigil, just Alex, Richard and myself. Funnily enough, in a place where I didn't think a lot was going to happen, last famous words, we went upstairs, and that's when things really started to go mad. There seemed to be quite a large clonk outside one of the rooms. There is only the three of us there, and three physical people there anyway. A massive piece of concrete was there. Now, if that's what made the noise, there's nowhere it could have come from. The ceilings are still plastered there, so it couldn't have come from the ceiling. No one could have thrown it because there's no one else there, apart from possible paranormal activity.
The stone was thrown. We heard shuffling noises, bumps. So we went upstairs to see if we could find the spirit. We went to the bell tower and we asked if she'd stop the clock. And it stopped twice.
We were looking at the clock. I went up to the mechanism of the clock and asked it to stop. And I have to admit, I didn't really think it was going to. Because it's the first time we've asked something mechanical to actually stop. And lo and behold, it did. Now, it's been wound up earlier today, and it's an 8-day clock, so it should go for 8 days. It stopped for a good 15 seconds. We asked it to start again, and straight lo and behold, it did. And not to disappoint us, it happened twice.
We've come downstairs and had a look at the clock, and it is actually about half a minute out. It really did stop, and it stopped to order.
If there's anything you can do, Elizabeth, try to stop this clock, even for a second. Fucking hell. Elizabeth. It stopped. Yeah. Started again.
Please make contact again. Don't leave us. Stay with us. Make a noise. Like tapping or something.
Ask her to stop this clock again.
if you can do it. I'm filming the whole clock.
There are ways I know that spirits can interact with timepieces, especially. This is an old clock. Please stop the clock again. Stop the clock and let us know that you're with us. Elizabeth, you are fantastic.
It stopped. It has actually stopped.
And then, of course, the climax of the whole thing was when the clock actually struck 3 times. It scared the shit out of me.
Tap once for yes.
Shit, fucking shit. The fuck was that? Oh, fuck.
How are you up there?
I have never in my life been so scared in such a short amount of time. I'm ready to come down now.
Can I come down now, please?
Yeah, can I come down now, please? Go on, Bennett.
From the moment I came here, I realised it was a scary place. It had a lot of ambience, it had a lot of atmosphere, and I was hoping it would be haunted.
I've enjoyed Annesley Hall. It's been a really, really cool thing. And yeah, it's lived up to expectations. It's definitely haunted. And great.
Yeah, one last thing, Annesley Hall has been very rewarding, but I think the most interesting thing for me was the clock tower experience, which I wasn't there for, but Carl explained what happened. We often hear noises, and you may get cold spots, warm spots, and various emotional feelings, but what happened in the clock tower, I think, was a first. I'd like to have been there. I'd like to have experienced that, because it's something different. So yeah, I think that's pretty concrete evidence that this that at least the clock tower's haunted.
We've had a great night. It's a superb place, absolutely superb place. It's a shame it's been left to wreck and for some delinquent vandals to come in and rip it apart. But I just hope someone would buy this and actually turn it back into its former glory, because it deserves it. It doesn't deserve to be in the state it's in now. It needs a bit of love and attention. A bit like me. And on that note, I'm going to get some love and attention. And that'll be someone shutting the door because I'm supposed to be on my own. Well, obviously not, because the door's just shut. And that's not paranormal. That's Alex and me. Yeah, go ahead.
Here we are. If you probably won't recognise me, but it is me. I've got my hood up. This is our.
My name's Stuart.
So much about you.
My name's Stuart.
Going down money for the big dog.
Going down money for the big
We love you here.
Oh, yes we do. We love you, Kieran.
I don't actually have a lot of experience with aardvarks, and that may be due to a very sheltered upbringing. However, I am fully aware that the Annesley aardvark has a very distinct, low, guttural call that it sends out to attract female Annesley aardvarks. Now I'll just come in a little bit closer because you may not be able to hear this. The sound of the Annesley aardvark is this. At almost infrasonic level, but still equally fascinating. And at one point, when I did witness this firsthand, I was on my own. I was actually slightly turned on.
This is Yvette. This is the rest of us are hard working people. I mean, you haven't stopped all day, but I haven't stopped all day. I mean, literally we've just come back from a vigil and we're straight off ready to do the next one to find this. Who is she? I have no idea. She turns up whenever you sit in the door and she sleeps. And that'll be a wrap. Sleep tight.